Hi guys, today's little video is about detailing and how highlighting certain areas can really enhance a model. What we're talking about today is basically around the buffer beam detail area. We've got everything here is currently in underframe dirt colour, apart from the snow ploughs which have a hint of yellow in. But we'll be painting the buffer shanks in silver. We'll be adding grease colour to the end. We'll be highlighting the hoses, the jumper receps and bits and pieces like that. The difference that a tiny little bit of colour makes to a model. So we'll just move on to reposition the camera and we'll go from there. Right, the first thing we're going to look at is Heljan have moulded on some ETH jumper receps and sockets and ends, but the detail is a bit lapsed. So I have these just like the real thing, MM1 castings for the ETH receps and jumpers. They're just a brass casting, but the detail on them is vastly superior. So I primed these ready for painting, and these are going to stand out quite nicely on the frame of the loco on the buffer beam. They're going to stand out being, oh, not the camera, doesn't help. They'll stand out being quite orange. In our local model shop, Humbrol enamel is supposedly gloss, but this is so orange it's unbelievable. It's just too bright for what we need. So it was back to the school basics, and I've got some red and yellow railmatch paint, and I mixed a little bit of red and yellow together in this jar till I found a nice orange that looks about right to me. It's not too bright, too in your face, and is mixed nicely. So the electrical things on railways are orange. Things are colour coded, so everything is pretty much quite standard on the railway. I just need to find something to stir this paint up with. I'll just come back once I have found my stirrers. Okay, well, I found a cocktail stick, so that'll do. It's quite important to ensure that things are nicely mixed. This provides a better coverage, and hopefully we can achieve what we want in just one coat instead of waiting two, because you've got to wait quite a time, because this is enamel paint. You just see me stirring there. Remember to do it in front of the camera rather than just as good as washing paint dry, really, isn't it? Yep, so now a bit mixed. I'm no doubt end up with orange fingers at the end of this. And no rocket science. There's a couple of little spigots for a cable to be run from one to the other. I won't be painting the spigots, but I'll be painting everything else. I also find that it's best not to paint any parts that's going to take glue. But just washing paint dry, so basically I'm just going to go around and paint all the bits, and I'll bring you back in a minute, because I don't think you really need to watch me paint every single one of these. So back in a sec. Well, what a cock up. Well, I've been recording me moving stuff around on my bench and not recording what I've actually been doing. But oh well, there we go. Well, never mind. This is how the receps all came out when they were finished. All still in their sprues, but painted. and all my discussions about the pipes and everything else has all been lost in time. But anyway, what we have 3 pipes here and a vacuum hose. The 2 outer pipes, which are now yellow, which is a standard colour for main res pipes, and 1 brake pipe, which is red. So you paint the cock and the handle and the gland end. It was fiddly, as I was just talking about when I was making the videos and showing you how awkward it is, and I suggest that you paint them before you fit them to the loco. I didn't, but there we go. Always something to learn. In hindsight, it's a wonderful thing. Yeah, so that's where we're at. And what I was also talking about is the fact that the vacuum ends on the photo that I'm working for off this particular loco are shown as being aluminium. So I've just mixed up my silver paint, and we're just going to put on the end a little splash of silver. Doesn't matter if you go up the hose, because we've got to paint the hose a different colour yet. So it's just literally paint the end of the hose, the metal fitting a silver colour, and we'll do the same to this end. Now the thing about this is it's just permanently brush cleaning and stirring pots of paint, because everything is just a such small amount that you need, and trying to work around the camera when it's all small anyway doesn't help. But whatever way you can get in, and the better the small brush you have, the better it works. But I appear to be running out of small brushes in good condition. So I don't think I've missed anything now. Jumper receps have done, brake pipe gland ends have done, and now we're going to do the fun bit, the bit I really like. If I turn this round here, and that is on the oleo buffers, the silver around the buffer head shank. Okay, now I've got to work around the camera from this side. This does make a massive difference to the look of a set of buffers in the front end of the loco, and is worth spending some time to do it, because it immediately lifts the detail, separates the buffer head from the body of the stock of the buffer and the head. It separates them and is very noticeable, especially on the real loco, because it is a chrome finish. I'm never going to get that amount of shine on it, but walking into my display cabinet again, that's twice. You missed the first time because I didn't record it. So that's one end. I'll touch up underneath in a minute. So you see there the difference that makes. Just reload my brush, because this silver paint, it goes very stringy very quick. I'll just come back round, and again we'll just get simple as that. And then I'm going to have to try and lift off a little bit of that paint, because there's a bit of a blob. There we go. And this one. There we go. So what we're ready for now is if I just touch up underneath. So all the underneaths are done. And this one. So it's all the way around. These buffers don't turn all the way around, so it's not such a major thing underneath, but it's all stringy already. It goes really stringy. But there we go. I don't know what you think, but I think that makes a big difference very quickly. Right then, for the vacuum hoses, what I like to use is railmatch roof dirt. It's sort of a charcoal grey sort of colour. It's not too bright. It's not too black. Vacuum hoses tended to be made out of a cloth covered material, and it tended to show as a grey colour with, you can see this sort of cotton in the material showing through, which is why I like a grey rather than a black. So just touch those in and it changes the colour of that. And still the aluminium end. More paint on the brush. And around this side. And I reckon that will do that nicely. So it's more of a grey, less of a black. And we'll do the same on this end. Paint on the brush. Just trying to do this in the light that I've got. Is that quite dries quite quick actually. Just going to make sure that's right down to the bottom. There we go, so that's a different colour. And the hoses, I'll try and find some black, some faded black. And because I'm going slightly darker, I don't have to worry about cleaning the brush off again. Yep, I basically found sort of a black in one of my spare jars. It's not black, but it just allows me to highlight some bits. So it's just not all an even jet black on everything. It's almost a case of you can dry brush just so it looks weathered and not brand new. But of course you can have them brand new, a hose might have been replaced. And things like that. I'll just get a bit more on the brush here. Just to cover the over. I've gone over with the yellow. And just a faded wash. Just so the colours vary. But you've got to remember, these things were handled on a daily basis. So some things stay cleaner than other bits. But there we go, I think that will do me. I'm happy with that, different colours. And one last touch. I did it on my Gov wagon. I've got a tin of It's almost like an Air Force blue. It's a Humbrol Matte 230 is the number on it, and the vacuum hoses tended to get a small blue patch square thing, and I can't find my screwdriver now to open this tin. You can never find anything when you want it. Never put anything down. I had it 30 seconds ago and now it's gone. We'll get another one out if it fits. Yep. So just need a stirrer again. Now a quick little mix of the tin. Just a tiny little bit, that's all I need. It's sort of a bluey grey colour. And all I'm going to do is go like that. There we go. There's the label on the vacuum hose. And I'll do one at this end. Again, just a little wipe of blue. Job's done. So now that is the underframe finished, apart from attaching the ETH receps that I've painted that are still on the sprues. One thing I am going to do though is these flywheels, I'm going to paint them black because you can see them through the window of the body side of the loco. So, oh pardon me, just had dinner, so time for a bigger brush. I'll clean that one in a minute. A standard Humbrol 33, I think it is. Matte black. Load up the brush. And let's blacken down the flywheel. Just so it's a bit less visible through the loco window. And there we go. That'll do that end, and I'll do the same on this end. Purely just because you can see it through the window on the body side. That's it, job done. So now I'm going to declare, other than the receptacles, the buffer being finished. And this is the final result. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll catch you next time.